Hi there. Now, the social media and also the mainstream media is filled with the news of France and Emmanuel Macron, and it is filled since the time he went to China. But especially the interview he gave to Politico while back home in flight, it really made news worldwide. And what he said? He said that Europe must resist pressure to become America's followers. So he is saying that Europe must be a third party in the power contest. They should become a different group of power. And he also talks about not using the term de-dollarization, but he talks about reducing the dependence on dollar system. So Mr. Macron, he is making definitely news on this. But I say that this is not the first time when French are doing this. This is actually a old playbook of French. Remember de Gaulle? He was also acting somewhat like Macron. But for Macron, I will like to say that he is a person and he is a leader who has got guts to see the things and also to say what he really mean, and what he should say he is saying. Like some time back, he in a closed door meeting with France's top diplomats, he said, I'm using his own words, the international order is being upended in a whole new way. It is a transformation of the international order. I must admit that Western hegemony may be coming to an end. Now, which Western leader has talked about this thing that Western hegemony might be coming to an end? This is the only person, Emmanuel Macron. And further, he says that in that same meeting, the mainstream media did not print all these things. They tried to somehow repeat, they tried their best that people should not know about this. But Macron, in the closed door meeting with French elite, he talked about that a Western hegemony is coming to an end. He also says that we have become accustomed to an international order based on Western hegemony since the 18th century. France, the UK, and the US have made the West great for 300 years. We are used to this greatness that gives us absolute dominance over the global economy and politics. He further says, the same Macron, he says, the many wrong choices the US has made in the face of crisis have deeply shaken our hegemony, not US hegemony. Our means Western hegemony is talking about. This didn't just start with Trump. Other presidents made the wrong choices long before Trump. Clinton's China policy, Bush's war policy, Obama's world financial crisis. So he was talking with the French elite, which was actually leaked that he did some meeting like that and gave a presentation, and it was the Macron's view of decline of the West or Western-led order. So he is seeing the things and directly telling that yes, this is going to happen. Even in 1967, de Gaulle, what he did? He pulled out France of NATO's integrated military structure in 1967. But see, there are two differences between pulling out of NATO and pulling out of integrated military structure. They never pulled out of NATO. So France, what they do, they try to maintain their independent foreign policy, their independent economy, but they always remain a part of Western hegemony led by United States. But this man is seeing that there are problems with the world order right now. He further says in the same meeting, the closed door meeting, he says that about India, China and Russia. He says China and Russia have achieved great success over the years. India is also rapidly emerging as an independent as an economic power and becoming a political power. China, Russia, India, these countries can compare to the United States, France, and the UK. So this guy is seeing the things and also saying others are not saying. Well, why he went to China? My view is something different, which I put in front of you in my last video. I will once again put the link there. Even if you compare my view, present view, with yesterday's view, both are the same. France is with United States, with the Western order, but also trying to maintain its own foreign policy independence. And that's what I say, that Macron was being sent by the United States to China to end the Russia war, because I think that Russia is winning the war. We don't know what's going on the ground, because first thing which dies in any war is the truth. So, but it looks to me by the maps which are coming that Russia is gaining territory and strategic portions. And rather, I made a video some days back that how Russia can divide the Ukrainian territory into two parts, East Ukraine and West Ukraine. I gave a presentation on that. So he was sent so that Xi Jinping can use his influence over Putin, because right now Putin is very much dependent on Xi Jinping's finances, and he is rather a junior partner at the moment to China. So he was sent by United States, but he also maintains his country's nature. Basic nature of France is of independent foreign policy, a sovereignty, and that's what he talks in that meeting, the closed door meeting, about the decline of the West or Western hegemony, or not to be taken away by Americans in the conflicts, or not to be dragged by Americans in conflicts, or not to be too much dependent upon dollar. So this is my view. He was sent to China by United States of America for the peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, but he's also using his own character, that is the French character of independent thinking, away from the English speaking world. Thank you.